Welcome you all students for this short video on kind of explaining you how to compare integers using the modeling of counters. Please do watch the previous video on using the counters and understand addition of positive and negative integers, which will help you bring a clarity on your understanding and which will also help you understand this one better. So now we all understood that the counters can be used very well to model and understand integers. The yellow counters are for positive to represent the positive numbers, and the red counters are used for modeling the negative numbers. So now which value is more, 7 or 5? And that is actually very easy to understand, right? So you have 7, you have 5, and you already know 7 is more. Which number has more value? Nothing or 5? It's obviously 5. So what does it mean? More the yellow counters, like higher the positive value, the actual value is also more. So 7 is greater than 5 and 0 is less than 5. So now with this basic understanding which we already know, let's start using how to represent 0 and minus 1. So on one side you don't have anything, on other side you have a minus 1. So as you go down the scale, you have nothing and you need to pay something. So who is in a better position? You have nothing is in a better position. So 0 is always greater than minus 1. So how can someone be made to understand, oh, there is one red counter here, there is nothing here. Why can't I say this one is bigger? Right? You can always say that. But then I'll slightly maybe try to convince you with this example. I'm adding, so you have nothing. Let's say it is between two friends. So one friend is not having anything and the other friend is having one red. So how can I prove that both of them are, like, the person on the left is having more, which is nothing. So I am trying to give both of you without any partiality on a fair basis just one yellow. Yeah, I'm giving the first person the yellow counter and another second person also an yellow counter. So now how many both of them are having? So the first person is having one yellow counter, which means a positive 1, and the second person is having the red and yellow, so plus 1 and minus 1, like we already saw in the earlier addition of integers. It is 0. So now the second person is having 0 and the first person has 1. I gave the same value to both of you, and now who is having more? Right? So the first person is having more. This way you can try convince that 0 is actually greater than minus 1. So in that case, 0 and minus 5, which is greater? Obviously it is 0. Similarly, minus 1 and minus 5, who is greater? So you can use the same example that you have only, the first person is having only one negative and the second person is having 5 negatives. Right? So how do you confirm that the first person is having more than the second person? But the number of counters, if you count it, the absolute value, the 5 can be bigger, but it is a negative 5. So you can say that, okay, I give only 1 to both. And what is the result now? The 0, and here it is 4, right? It is minus 4, mind it. So therefore, minus 1 is greater than minus 5. So this kind of clearly helps us understand that in the case of negative numbers, if you imagine on a number line, all the numbers towards the right hand side, right? So 3 is obviously greater than 1. 1 is greater than 0. And 0 is greater than any number, minus 4. And minus 2 is greater than minus 7. So the numbers on the right hand side are always greater numbers. And the numbers towards the left hand side are always smaller numbers. So this way you can understand that the negative numbers, if I have minus 5, I ask you to write a number smaller than minus 5, you can write any number like minus 7, minus 8, anything. Yeah, so minus 5 is greater than all of them, which is towards the left. So this is how you can remember the number line and understand the compared positive and negative integers. Thank you and stay tuned for understanding the subtraction of integers using these counters.